Bad times might just be over. Liverpool with a 2-0 win over Aston Villa and 3 points today at Anfield. Let's discuss what we saw today. Frank Leboeuf is joining us too, but only one place to start, and that is with you, Stevie Nicol. I see that you're smiling again.
Well, you know, for once this season, for the first time this season, in the second half, Liverpool were just in control and didn't look in trouble. And yes, they were better with the ball. Yes, the movement was better. There was some combination play. There was a whole lot of things to be pleased about in this performance that has not been there all season. However, against Real Madrid, they're still going to have to defend better.
Enjoy today.
Wait a minute.
Enjoy
So what
today.
changed today?
Enjoy
Let's stay today, right
No,
here where we are right now in the present.
Well, what changed today was what I've just said. Liverpool actually kept the ball, actually were in control of the game for the majority of it. There was some good combination play, as I said. You know, both sides. You know, I'm glad Robertson played. I thought he should start. Him and Gakpo combined well. Salah and Bradley combined well. Szoboszlai was fantastic. He was everywhere. He was sharp.
Yeah.
And McAllister and Gravenberg were pretty much in control in the middle of the park. So all of these things were great. The one problem I'm having is deciding whether this was to do with how Liverpool went about it or how poor Aston Villa were, particularly in the second half. So, yeah, there's a lot of things to be pleased about. For the first time, Arne Smith,
Become English now.
can just take the air off for a few days and everybody will be walking around with a smile and everybody will be joking again. Unfortunately, they've got a little team called Real Madrid coming.
The second mention already, even though we're staying in the present today.
Well, you've got to be realistic. It was a good performance. Considering how bad they've been, this was a really good performance. But it's one game. You know, I can't go around talking about Man U or anybody else going, oh, it's only 2 games, and not do the same thing with Liverpool. Because at the end of the day, it's one game. It's a victory. It takes the pressure off for a few days. And it's onwards and upwards, hopefully.
Frank, how did you see today's game for Liverpool?
I enjoyed it for Liverpool. I think it's a big breath for them, and I agree with Stevie. I thought at the beginning, and I was a little bit worried because Aston Villa, I think, were better than Liverpool and more dangerous. But Arne Slot, adjusted some stuff in half time, and he was better. And because of a good midfield with Gravenberg and especially Szoboszlai, they managed to get in control, as Stevie said, the second half. I was happy also with Konate, a little bit less with Van Dijk, but Konate had a very good game. I think Robertson was very good as well, and we saw better Salah. Especially the second half, and I was pleased with the willingness of doing better, the better organization from Liverpool, and the fact that Aston Villa disappeared little by little when they were a real threat in the first half, and it's because Liverpool got better.
I've been saying that this team, for the last month or so, has been missing a special sauce, sort of juice, if you will, emotional juice. And it's a detail, and maybe it doesn't really mean a whole lot in the big picture for Liverpool, but in the sequence of play in which McAllister is being choked essentially by Onana and kind of thrown to the ground, and then he kind of gets up and still picking up Onana for the set piece, and they're all sort of kind of grabbing each other and this and that and the other, and a foul gets called on Onana. You see McAllister get up and actually celebrate and show some emotion. Now, why do I bring that up?
Oh my God!
Over the last month, what you have seen from Liverpool is just blank stares. A lot of sort of not knowing how to figure out what is happening. This is not us. What can we do? And in that blank stare, there's been zero emotion. There's been zero reason to celebrate. There's zero reason to go and tackle somebody, win a challenge, and actually celebrate and enjoy the fact that you've made a defensive play that makes a difference. Again, it may not be a big deal in the big picture, but the fact that you're seeing emotion back in Liverpool, I think, is significant.
I absolutely agree with you. I think in some ways today we'll have just blown some cobwebs away. You know, the blank stares that you're talking about. You know, when you see players with a blank stare on their face, it's because they are absolutely unsure of what's going on and how to get out of it. But when you start seeing emotion, things like that, it does mean that the cobwebs are blown away and there's some sort of normality back. That can only be good for Liverpool.
Mo Salah scoring, bringing some sort of normality back. It was a milestone goal for him. Was it more than that? Does that mean more today for him in that it could be something that kickstarts?
Well, it's just from the goal. You know, last week I said that him scoring a goal is huge for everybody. Not just for the team, but for Mo himself. And today he's taken another step forward. You know, at the end of the day, this is a guy who was at the top of the tree. And the first 9 games of the season, he slipped badly down the tree to the base. And so from that goal last week to today's performance, yeah, again, not perfect, but there was some vibrancy about him when he actually got it. He wanted to go at people. He wanted to run with it. Did he overdo it sometimes? Yes, he does. He did, because he always does. But that's not something that he was doing all of the season. So he looked more himself. So the fact that he's taken another step forward, the fact he scores another goal, again, step in the right direction.
Okay, we can get to the fact that it is Real Madrid next.
Right, Real Madrid are favourites.
Oh my God.
What's your biggest
no
fear?
question.
What's your biggest fear with this Real Madrid team that you've seen this season then against this Liverpool side?
Going against Liverpool's back four. There's no Liverpool could go out against Real Madrid and score 3 goals. They could, because they've got pace, they've got ability. Got a couple today, as I said, it's great. Mo Salah's got 2 and 2. So yeah, if you're Real Madrid, your concern is making sure that Liverpool's front line don't get a good supply of the ball, because if they do, they will cause you problems. Okay. But if you're Real Madrid, you're looking at that back four and saying, okay, even against Aston Villa, they looked a little shaky in the first half. So how are they going to look when you got Vinny and Mbappe and Goulart, whoever it is, on that, particularly on that counter? Because Liverpool 100% are going to go for Real Madrid at home. They just will. They'll go forward on the front foot, which is where the worry starts if you're a Liverpool fan, player, coach, whatever it is, because there's still a little vulnerable on the counter.
Well, now you can start worrying for what's ahead, now that you've celebrated.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. You should
tonight.
live in the present, Stevie.